Hello, this is Steve Mariani from Internet of Artists. In this brief video, we're going to see how to do the basic studio setup. If you don't already have an account or you haven't registered, take the time to register. You can do that through Facebook, Google, or your own email. And once you have done so, let's log into the site at studio.emi.network. And the default view that you will see is the calendar view. The calendar view, in this particular example, I have my studio set up with 3 rooms, Room G, Studio B, and Studio 1, and I can see what reservations have been made for today. I can switch this view from day room to a weekly view, as well as a monthly view. Now, we'll get back to these particular views and how to manage day-to-day activities in later videos. Right now, we're going to focus on how to configure your studio so that we can get you going with online booking. So we're going to focus on the configuration menu and the studio information and studio configuration pages. So let's get to the studio information page. If you just created an account, you've just inserted this type of information. And make sure to review them and make sure everything is correct, especially if we sent you an account. This is where you put in your studio name, your phone number. Your tax ID is completely optional. Should you choose to use Emi Studio for these purposes as well, it's a complete management system. This is where you put your email, and this is where you put your website. Down below, you can put a description of your studio, what you specialize in, any particular type of equipment or expertise that you might have. And very important, down below, this is where you put your address. Make sure your address actually comes up on the maps as well, because Emi Studio as well as Emi Music are geolocalized applications, and the customers need to find you in the maps. Very well. If you change anything, make sure you hit the save button, and then let's move to the studio configuration page. This is the page where you'll set up 2 different things. Your business hours, right here on the right side, broken down by day of the week, and your first opening time and your last closing time. For this example, I'm open every day, 7 days a week, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Should I be closed on Sunday, I would just uncheck Sunday. Should I be closed on Monday, I would uncheck Monday. And make sure if you change anything, hit the save button. On the left side, we have settings to handle communications with your customers. For example, should you want to receive an email whenever an internal reservation is being made, meaning either you or an employee are going to manually make a reservation on the calendar, you still want to be notified with an email, then check this box. The second one, require email and phone number whenever a public reservation is being made. That is, your studio has a room that is configured and you're accepting reservations from the public, but you would like to have email and phone number information included in that reservation, then check this box. The require ID number just below works the same way, but in this case you require the ID number to be included in the reservation. The one right below it is checked by default, and this allows reservations to be created without selecting a client. What does that mean? That means if you want to block off, for example, a particular room for a particular time, you don't want to have it rented, or you have a particular activity you don't want to specify a client for. That's what it's for. The next box is to allow your clients not only to create reservations online, but also to modify them or cancel them automatically. So you don't have to manage all of that. The system can manage all of that for you automatically, and it's checked by default. The next setting below, it's automatically confirm public reservations, is not checked by default because public reservations could be made from anybody, so it's a good idea to review them. But if you choose not to and you want to confirm any reservations automatically, then click on that box. Down below, it's a setting to enable the features for cashiers and tellers in case you have multiple employees and multiple cash register. It's an interesting feature that we're going to explore in following videos. Down below, you have your language selection. At the moment, we support Portuguese, Espanol, Italiano, English US, and International. The only difference is English US has formatting differences for date and time. Later on, we'll support French as well. Down below is the time zone. It's very important that you select the correct time zone for where you're at. AMI Studio and AMI Music are geo-localized applications. So you might have clients that are traveling musicians from different time zones in different areas. So it's very important that you have the correct time zone. And down below, very important settings are the minimum advance times for the reservations and cancellations in hours. And right below that is the percentage of reservations that can be refunded in case of a cancellation or a no-show. 100% meaning that there is no refund if they don't show. The setting right below is very important. Public reservations is by default is set to not allowed, just in case your studio is not ready, is not set up. But if you want to have your rooms configured and be bookable online, make sure you change the setting to allow. We're going to do this because we're also going to set up in the next video the room to be bookable online. And the field right below is just a text field that is going to show on your calendar in the app for your customers or online on the web. Let me show you. When somebody sees your calendar, it shows up like this, and this is the text that is going to show up. If you change anything, make sure you hit save, and we'll see you in the next video where we're going to start configuring a room to get it bookable online. Thanks. See you later.